Hello and welcome to the Zemus Cheetar podcast, episode number 12. We're doing a video game show. We talk about what we've been playing, a little bit of gaming news. We do emails when we have some, and then we each bring a topic for discussion. Um, but today we're doing something a little different, and on a different day this week. But I'm your host for this week, Zemus, and with me, as always, is Cheetar. How you doing, Cheetar?
Doing okay. And
Awesome.
doing better now that I have some water, but
Good. Yeah.
otherwise we're good.
Yeah. I got some water too, actually.
Nice.
Yeah. Um, yeah. So, and we also talked about what we've been playing lately. But I don't know if we have too much this week. But Cheetar, have you been playing anything? Anything interesting?
Um, did I stream last week?
Mario
Oh,
Maker.
did I? Okay, I don't remember if I
Yeah, it
did.
wasn't. Well, I assume last week because it wasn't that long ago. When you did
Yeah.
one. So.
For some reason I feel like I didn't stream last week. Maybe I did
May-
one day.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I did one day. I did Mario Maker. Um, let's see what else did I play. I had money left over from when I got the vouchers.
Oh yeah.
So
The
like you
Nintendo,
get coins and stuff.
like the Nintendo voucher thing, right?
Yeah, so like I still have a voucher left, but
Hmm.
I haven't used that. But what I'm saying is like when you buy things on the eShop, you get coins that you
Oh
can use
yeah.
later. So I had like $5 in coins plus a couple more dollars. Um, Baba is You was on sale,
Ah. I've heard
so
good
I bought
things.
that, and it's really fun and really frustrating.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty tough. But I've heard lots of good stuff. So.
Yeah, so like that's a game that I might just stream on my free time,
Yeah,
like
that'd be cool. That'd be
just
good.
like have the chat input of like,
Just
I'm,
gonna say that. Yeah.
okay, I'm stuck. What should I do?
Yep. Exactly. Yeah, that could be a good chat game. For sure.
Yeah. Hmm. I'm not too far in it, but it's very interesting and very fun.
Cool.
But otherwise, I mean, have you been playing anything besides
Not.
yesterday?
Yeah, same. Although it's been a couple days, but like the NHL 19, a little bit of Marvel.
Hmm.
I actually played a little Civ 6 last night.
Okay.
Because I haven't played that in a little while. But yeah, it's a new setup this week. I'm streaming on a different computer. I got a
Ooh.
different mic and using headphones and lots of different stuff. So I decided to set up basically this computer so that I can stream retro games.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so last night I streamed for a couple hours, worked through a few issues, and tried some stuff out. But I think it all worked pretty well. As far as the
Yeah.
gameplay went, I think it was perfect.
Yeah.
Uh,
Gameplay was great. Audio on the gameplay was great.
awesome,
Your setup was fine.
cool.
Um, I mean, great. Everything was great.
And I think my
Like,
audio, for the most part, was really good. And the little thing that the problem I had was when I got too quiet or got far away from the mic, it seemed to cut it out. But I think it's because
yeah.
of noise suppression and stuff. But we'll see over time. We'll keep
Yeah.
iterating on it and getting better. So
Yeah. I'm
um,
sure it'll be fine later
yeah,
on.
yeah. We'll see how the show goes with our audio and see what happens.
Yeah. 'Cause, I mean, we're both using new equipment, so we'll
Yeah,
see.
yeah, yeah. I noticed you cut out once in a while.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, like that thing we were saying earlier with the weird matrix sound. Not
Oh,
off.
maybe it's Google then.
Maybe. Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah.
Just
Um,
blame Google. It's
yeah,
Google's fault.
yeah. It's
Skype from now on.
it. Yeah, maybe it might be something to think about. I don't want to change too much at the moment with this
Yeah.
computer because I don't. This isn't the most reliable laptop, um, but I don't know. We'll see. It seems to be doing all right now, but
Yeah, that's good.
it's definitely
Maybe I
not
just need to
often.
stay closer.
Maybe it's definitely not often, and when it does, it's never so far. Knock on wood. Like cuts out a whole sentence or anything. It's just for a quick second.
Okay,
But
that's good at least.
otherwise, your quality's really good. So
Okay, awesome. I'm glad to hear that. It's not like last week where I listened to it again. Yeah, but yeah, I guess we talked about this off
yep,
air.
yeah, little
Then but then I was rewatching it and noticed it, like when I was doing the singing game or whatever.
yeah. That
Like I
was
was singing a note so perfectly that it just muted me.
yeah, yeah. It must be a Hangouts thing.
Yeah.
Definitely something I could look into as far as what does everybody else use. I think a lot of people use Discord, but we tried that and I think there was issues. But maybe it would.
The issue with Discord is that we don't pay for Discord. I think that's the only reason.
Oh,
Because you can pay for Discord and you get better bitrate streaming,
oh, what? I didn't
like
know that.
sound and all that. And I don't know if
Interesting.
it's worth it,
Yeah,
to be honest.
there's got to be some other free options too, but at least to try out. I don't
Yeah.
want to pay for something if it's not going to fix our issue. So
Yeah.
yeah,
If anyone out there knows how to fix our issues, write in.
yeah, that's something I forgot to mention. And I didn't put it on the screen. I got to remember to do that next time.
I
But
don't even have your thing up, to be
yeah,
honest.
that's okay. I'm hoping everybody can hear us okay. um,
I hope so.
yeah, we did enough
Are you
tests that
kidding me?
we did enough tests. I think it's fine. But yeah,
Yeah.
email us. Literally about anything game related, but also show related. Yeah, if you have any idea of for like how to get our audio basically into the podcast, like a better Hangouts option, Discord, that kind of stuff, then hit us up. It's ZCP or ZCPodcast1 at gmail.com. So Z as in Z, yeah. ZCP podcast. Just ZC Podcast 1 at gmail.com.
Cool.
But yeah. But anyways, yeah. So that's what we've been playing lately. I just been playing Super Nintendo games, just as of yesterday, and
Yeah.
and I think as soon as we're done here, I'm gonna reset. I might eat first and then reset up and then stream for ever. So
Forever.
yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. We'll see. I'm not sure what I'm gonna play, but I'll probably stick to one game. Where yesterday I was just trying a bunch of different things.
Yeah. I mean, that was really cool.
Yeah.
Like you were saying yesterday,
Mhm.
we need to make it so we can play a game online together. Like, we need to figure that out.
Yep, and I've done it before, and it worked fine. It worked perfect on my end, but I think my buddy said there was a slight lag. But I mean, we'll see.
Is it because you were hosting it, or
I
vice
get,
versa?
yeah, something like that. It's just because it's got to
Okay.
send his input over the internet to get to my screen and all that, So, so
Interesting.
yeah, it'd be fun to play through. Well, quote unquote fun, but it'd be fun to play through like Final Fantasy 3 because that is 2 players.
Oh yeah,
set
it
up.
is.
You just set which characters you want to play as.
Yeah.
So that could be kind of funny, like kind of interesting.
Yeah.
And it would work better with input because it's only half a second off, if that. So it's like wouldn't matter so much.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yep. But Secret of Mana is the big one that would obviously work best. But
Hmm.
where obviously fighting games, racing games, things like that wouldn't work because the input might not be as good. But anyways, yeah, something definitely to think about.
Mhm.
But anyways, I want to go over a couple of news things that happened today.
Oh.
Well, you have the one for the Smash stuff. These are just gonna be quick mentions. One,
Yeah.
I saw today that PS4 officially sold over 100 million units.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I saw that everywhere today. And then,
Congrats.
yeah, and then the other one I just saw, Obsidian Games, their Outer Worlds game coming.
I
It's-
did see this news.
Yeah, it's like a Fallout New Vegas type game or whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, it's coming to Switch somehow, so
Yeah.
that's cool. Now I'm gonna definitely wait to buy it.
I
but-
saw someone complaining about it on
Mhm.
on one of the Facebook groups I'm part of. They were basically saying how Outer Worlds is Obsidian, so that means that it's Microsoft now,
Yeah.
technically. Like, Microsoft
Yeah.
owns Obsidian,
Yeah.
so it's going to be on Game Pass.
Oh, yeah.
So it's going to be on Game Pass for quote unquote free, as well as PC, because you can do PC Game Pass now too, potentially.
Okay.
And they're complaining about the Switch tax is higher now,
Oh,
because you know how, like, people will say, like, oh, there's a Switch tax of, like, you're paying more to play it on Switch.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
But-
Well, it's a newer
but-
system too, but yeah.
Exactly, but, like, that was a dumb argument, and then someone actually said what I wanted to say, so I didn't have to say it on
Oh.
Facebook, which is great.
Right.
They're basically like, why are you saying Switch tax? Like, why don't you say PlayStation tax? Because it's on PlayStation as well.
Yeah. 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 I don't know. I was thinking about picking it up or at least looking to see how it turns out and kind of
Yeah,
But I probably won't. I got too many games going on and
same.
yeah, so it'll always be there. And now with Switch, I'm like, all right, I'll just wait. Because
Mhm.
what if it runs great on Switch? Graphics don't matter to me, so and it'll still look good. So we'll see.
Yeah, as long as I can take it on a plane,
Yeah, true.
that's what I do.
Yeah, I guess. Oh yeah, I guess the other news would be the Doom thing. The Doom trilogy, I think it was. Yeah, the Doom trilogy came out on Switch, but it forces you to sign in to the Bethesda network or whatever.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it was a big deal over the weekend. Yeah,
Huh.
Sunday I think. But I believe they may have patched it already and removed that because the fan outcry was nuts. So,
Hmm.
but So that is news, but not really. Like it's
Mhm.
I think it happened. It might have got resolved yesterday. So, but then there was also what do you call that? Maybe a ratings thing or something for Doom 64 coming to Switch, which would be pretty cool. Um,
Yeah.
You ever played that? You ever had any interest in Doom 64?
Um, I've never played it.
No.
The only Doom I've only played is probably the first one.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. I definitely haven't played Doom 2. I used to own Doom 3 on PC like 2004 or whenever that came out. And then which was a horrifying game. Like it was a more survival horror than the older ones.
Hmm.
And then yeah, Doom 64 I played at a friend's house once or whatever. It was fine, but
Okay.
the music's all weird. I think
Yeah.
it doesn't sound good. But anyways, so that might be coming for those that care about that. But yeah, we can get into our main topic thing because I think we got like an hour plus.
Oh, we
So.
have one more thing.
Oh, do we? Oh yeah, yeah. You Smash Brothers thing. Go for it.
Yeah. So
I don't know anything about
today,
this, so
9 a.m. there was an informal not it wasn't even a direct. It was just a video on
like
Nintendo's
yeah.
YouTube channel. It was 22 minutes, and it was just Sakurai just saying like, "Hey, what's up? We're doing this streaming thing, like type of video." I'm like, "This isn't streaming. This is still well produced,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's not direct." Um, Basically, it was him just playing um, Smash Bros. Like a developer kit, I guess, to show off the hero.
Right.
So just
Yeah.
showing how the hero works in the new Smash Bros. Game. And then they also announced today that the hero comes out today.
Yeah, yeah. Cool. That's the only thing that I saw from that was said
And
the
then
date.
4.0 is tomorrow, I think.
Right. Yeah. That's I forgot about that. Yeah. I heard about that yesterday.
Yeah.
But I don't think it from what they listed or it wasn't much of a list, but they said what it includes and I think it's just character changes like
Yeah.
moves.
Just
So
like buffs and debuffs.
yeah, so nothing that really affects me at all. But
Yeah.
like I probably wouldn't even notice. But
Same.
yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. But yeah, the hero thing's cool. That's the only character that I've seen so far that's made me want to buy the expansion pass.
Yeah, he looks
Um,
very interesting just because
cool,
like
cool.
he has different moves. It's like his down B gets his command list there, like his spells
Okay.
and stuff. And it's always a random list.
Oh, what? That sounds fun.
Yeah. So like
Wow.
it's just a random list of uh different spells and
That sounds
different
fun.
spells do different things. You have an MP meter, it starts at 100. 100's max and it starts at max, and then
How do you get
it
it? Yeah.
decreases depending on which spell you choose in that
How,
down B move.
how do you regain it?
You regain it by attacking or
Yeah.
just wait.
Okay.
You get
Okay.
more when you attack, but
Gotcha.
then if you just stand around, it like increases slowly.
Yeah. Man, that sounds like so much fun. Now,
Yeah.
do all the obviously he doesn't have outfits. It's just all different characters, like 6 or something.
So there's Dragon Quest 3,
8 for sure. I know that.
8,
The new one.
5,
Okay.
and 11.
Okay. Is that only
I think.
5? You think it'd have the first game too, but
No, the first game guy was he's in all the heroes are in the Final Smash.
oh, okay. That's cool.
Like they all show up.
Yeah.
It's kind of like how
Mega Man.
in the Mega Man one,
Yeah, yeah.
where it's just like, hey, .exe is here. We know we're not gonna add him, but
yeah.
here you go. Even Star Force is here. But
But
yeah,
so,
he looks
so do
really
each of the costumes they all play the same then, right? Like they're all the same. It's just
yeah,
different
they're all the
outfits, yeah.
same characters, just different costumes.
Okay.
Essentially.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks super cool. Like even though he's another sword and shield kind of person,
Yeah,
it looks awesome.
yeah, I'm looking forward to him.
Yeah, you should stream some because I'd like to see.
Yeah, you know,
I-
I'm looking forward to though more so.
What was that?
The
Oh,
next-
the next
the
one.
the
Oh
next
yeah, I
character.
forgot that Banjo's not out yet.
He's still not out.
Wow, that's crazy.
Once he comes out, I'll be streaming that game from now on,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
I'll be horrible.
Nah.
it's fine.
Yeah. If you play online, I guess, because you probably just get all these hardcore people. But
I don't know, I'm just bad at Smash.
no, you're not. You kicked my butt. Although when you played me, I had barely touched the game. So.
Yeah.
But,
So
but
who
yeah.
knows? You might be better now.
Yeah, I don't know. As long as we got items turned on and we're doing some crazy stages and just everything's chaos, then yeah, sure.
No items.
I'm good at reacting to chaos. I like chaos. Well, I don't use all items because there's some that are dumb, but I like the ones that can change the battlefield or have crazy moments like the bombs,
Yeah.
where you punch somebody just perfectly and they hit a platform right as a bomb activate. It's like so satisfying.
Hmm.
You just get way more fun. It's like I treat it as a party game, so it's like more fun that way, um, with items and stuff. But again, I critique everything. There's a lot of levels I turn off. I don't just have everything on, but
Hmm.
I like things being particular a certain way. But
Yeah,
especially
that's
when you're
fair.
losing, especially when you're like losing, and then suddenly like a master ball falls in your lap, and it's like, or everybody's racing for something, you know.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just more fun that way for me.
yeah. I mean, I agree. Like,
Cool.
that kind of stuff is fun. It's just the issue with me is that no one else plays like that around here. So like,
Oh
I'm kind of
yeah.
stuck to playing
Uh,
competitively because Smash
yeah.
Bros. People think that they're fighting game people, so
Yeah.
they
See,
try
that's the
to
thing.
make
It's like when there's like Street Fighter and stuff, though. It's like that is strategic and like pure, in my
yeah.
opinion. This doesn't feel like a fighting game. It's like a platformer. I mean, up
It's a
like every.
they call it like platform fighting or
Yeah, I mean,
something.
obviously it's not just a platformer, but it's I think more a platformer than it is like a straight up fighting game.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah,
It's not a fighting game.
yeah.
It's
I
a
mean,
party
there's
game.
you basically just spam the same few moves over and over if it's just fighting, you know.
Yeah,
But I don't know. Anyways,
yeah.
um,
Well, now we just insulted a community, so I'm sorry, Smash Bros. Community.
yeah, I know I have nothing
I
against.
still play the games.
Yeah, I just like making fun of you, and I think you're the same way, just poking fun at no items and whatever. But
Yeah.
so yeah, totally cool if people want to do that. I mean, I'm all for customizing the experience to however you want, so that's cool.
Hmm.
Um, honestly, if I knew people around me that played, and they just wanted, they were like, hey, we'll come over and play, but we'll just do a flat stage and no items. I'd be like, it'd still be fun.
Yeah.
I'd still have fun with it. It would be less fun, and especially after a while, like it's just the same thing over and over again. It's like,
Yep.
but I don't know.
Hmm.
But I like customizing it, like just like even like I like all the like I don't. So hear me out. Like I don't like the mechanic, whatever, but I like all the assist trophies too.
Yeah.
I just kind of recently turned them on again, but they're way too overpowered, and you can win a match just by using one. So,
They are.
but I love seeing them. It's just like, and it's exciting to race because you know how OP it is, so everybody just
Hmm.
races to it. But anyways, or I mean, I just play with one other person usually, and then two AI, and we just keep
Hmm.
bumping the difficulty up whenever we get better. So,
Yeah.
um, anyways, yeah, Smash is fun. Haven't played it in a while.
I just realized something very important that I did not do. I'm scared about it.
Uh oh.
I'm not plugged in. Give me 1 second.
To what?
Because like last time I had issues
Oh, your
where,
laptop's not plugged in. Yeah, go do it. Go do it.
well, no, it's not plugged into Ethernet.
Oh,
Because
okay.
I mean, we seem to be fine right now, but like I remember when I used to have trouble with streaming, like that's why I always plugged in Ethernet.
Yeah, yeah, I'm not either. I guess I never thought about it.
But it's my router here because I live in an apartment, so like there are
Yeah.
a lot of people using the same thing, and this doesn't have 5G. This only has the
Oh, okay.
2.5.
But you're worrying me not. I never thought about that. I'm not on. I'm on Wi-Fi too. My other laptop isn't. But anyways,
Yeah. Anyway,
sure.
I will be right back. So I'm just gonna mute this mic here. Hopefully,
All right. I'm gonna start my topic. All right. Well, maybe not so much start the topic, but can fill some air here. We're basically doing like a Super Nintendo thing. Normally we stream the podcast on Wednesdays, but I have a thing going on tomorrow, and we're like, let's do it a day early and do something a little special, a little different. Not that different because we always bring a whatever topic anyway, but this time we're kind of on the same theme. I don't know what he brought. I think he knows what I brought, but not the details of it. But I'll start mine first, but I'm not going to go too far into it. Although it sounds
okay,
like
I'm here.
I was just going to say, although it sounds like Cheetar just got back. So,
We'll see if this accidentally kicks us off or something. I doubt it. I bet.
well,
Like,
it would just be you anyway. So yeah.
yeah.
So it's you'll come back, but no,
Yeah. Okay.
you should be good. But yeah, I don't know if you heard me at all, but I was just kind of talking about my topic a little bit, but not really, like just kind
Okay.
of. But
Cool.
I can go ahead and get started.
Top topics.
Yeah. Yeah, we're basically doing Super Nintendo stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought mine would be interesting, although I kind of streamed some of these games yesterday, but
Hmm.
I still have stuff to say about some of them. But anyways, um, my topic was I literally wrote it here. It's literally the fabulous list of SNES games that you've never played. I originally had 10, but a couple of these are not that rare, so I added a couple more. But I'll start with some that I actually played last night. So
Okay.
I'm not gonna go in order here. But the Fireman is one that I started with last night from Human Entertainment. Um, yeah, you don't have any experience with that game, right? Besides last
I've
night.
never played it. No, I remember seeing it before.
Mm.
'Cause like I said, I thought I saw on an episode of oh, what's that show? I think I saw on Region Locked or something. It's a Did You Know Gaming.
Oh, okay.
They just talk about just games that never made it to the West.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen it on there, but it looks really awesome.
Yeah, yeah, you saw
It
a
looks
bunch
like a
last
game I'd
night,
play.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah. So you thought it was cool?
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I kind of keep forgetting. I played it once before. I think I streamed it like a year ago, and like just a bit of it, and I think so. Maybe I just played it and I can't remember, but I like tweeted my thoughts or something. But
Hmm.
um, but yeah, that game is surprisingly great, and it ramps up so perfectly. Every say 10 minutes, I guess, or so, feels different than the last. Like they add new enemies, quote unquote, and just ramp up the not difficulty, but just like they throw new things at you. It's like, oh, I got to do this now, or I got to avoid this, or whatever. It's just so it just never gets dull. It's always you're moving towards something.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a good example, maybe like Mario World or something. Some of the classic games that just keep ramping things up and get more complicated, as you play.
Hmm.
Um, but basically, for anybody that doesn't know, yeah, it's called The Fireman. It came out in Europe and Japan. I think there was one other like place, but not like it didn't come out in the States anyway. Don't know if it came out in Canada. Sometimes that gets lumped into that kind of stuff, uh, but I'm pretty sure it's a Japanese-made game because it's like anime characters, and the translation's kind of wonky and some spelling mistakes and stuff.
Hmm.
But yeah, you basically play two firemen, although you play as just one. I forget his name. I know one's Daniel, but the main guy calls him Danny. But I forget the other guy. But you play a fireman basically, and this building is on fire. There's chemicals in the basement that you're trying to get to before they explode. The goal is kind of silly, but you're trying to get the chemicals and then like take them to the roof so that they blow up a water tower up there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what the intro tells you. So it's kind of weird, but it's not it's fine for a video game. But yeah, so you have a fire hose, not connected to anything, just like a backpack or whatever, and you can shoot. It's like a shooting kind of game, I guess, almost top down view. Um,
Remind
eh,
me of, like Contra with
yeah,
the
but the top down stuff, kind of. Yeah,
Super. I forget which game it is. Is it Super C?
yeah,
Whatever,
yeah.
whatever the top down one
I think
is.
even Contra 3 on Alien Wars on Super Nintendo has that top down
Okay.
section. But
Hmm.
but no, maybe not that top down. What do you call that? Like the Diablo kind of. I forget what that's called. Perspective. But anyways,
Hmm.
it's lost on me. I can't remember what it's called. But anyways, but yeah, and you Y button to shoot a project like a stream of water. X button shoots down at your feet,
Hmm.
and or not X button. Sorry, B button shoots down at your feet. X button your partner because you have like an AI partner, which is pretty amazing for the time. But throws if you press the X button, throws like a water bomb. But you only have two of them, and I played for I don't know half hour last night or maybe longer.
Hmm.
I didn't get any more, so I don't know where you find those. But and then the A button you crawl,
Hmm.
and then if you hold R or L, if you hold RL, you'll keep your perspective or your direction that you're looking, so that you can strafe and stuff. So if you're shooting with Y, your stream of water, and like if you move the D-pad, you'll shoot in whatever direction you're facing and walk in that direction. But if you
Yeah.
hold R, you're locked into that view, so it works perfectly. Like it works really good.
Hmm.
Really hectic. There's fire, so you're basically putting out fires. But it
Yeah.
sounds kind of lame, but there's like tons of different types of fires. Um, and then eventually there's like robots because you're in like a robot factory kind of place. There's like robots that are on fire and going haywire, and you got to put them out. Um, there's tons of stuff on screen. Like you have a map at the top, you have a life meter on the right, you have a heart rate monitor thing on the left of the top, like top left.
Hmm.
Whenever you're near a person that needs help, like passed out or whatever, it starts getting more rapid. The heart, so you know you're close.
Oh, cool.
And then your partner Danny will start, and he all Danny has is an axe, so he'll help you put out fires, all kinds of things. He works the elevators, he like does machines and stuff. It's pretty cool how he runs around and helps you. A lot of dialogue back
Hmm.
and forth. You're also on the radio with a couple other anime style characters that are giving you directions and stuff. And yeah, whenever you find a down person and you rescue them, your partner will carry them out and then come back to you eventually. And when he comes back, he regains your health. So
Hmm.
so that's kind of like your health meter thing is by rescuing people. And then the map is kind of like a Metroid type map, sort of. Shows which
Hmm.
rooms you've been to, which ones you've cleared, and all that. Um, yeah, there's boss fights and like music's really good. It's great game. Yeah.
Can the game be multiplayer?
No, that's the main thing that I always have known. That kind of sucks. Is it should be a co-op game. That'd be awesome. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, no, it's just AI.
All right.
I bet you there's maybe I was gonna say I bet you there's like a ROM hack or something.
Yeah, because I don't know. I just assumed because the
Mhm.
there's that AI partner who's with you always.
Yeah, yeah. They don't have health or anything though, and like I said,
Mm,
they carry people out automatically and things. So it's kind of I think it would have to be AI. But
okay,
but
just make sure.
yeah. But I have no history with this game thanks to like ROMs and emulation. That is the only reason I've been able to play it and appreciate it. So
Cool.
so yeah, it'd be cool if it came out digitally somewhere. I'd buy it. So I'd love to finish it.
Remaster.
Yeah, yeah. Hopefully just like an HD remaster with sprites and stuff. I don't want a full 3D, you know, remake, but with better sprites and all that, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
And co-op.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's one of the ones on my list. Again, this isn't one of the ones that I've ever played like properly growing
Mhm.
up. But most of these, or I think all of these, I grew up playing. The rest of them. Well, okay. Let me throw another one out there that is a weird one that I never grew up playing. Obviously, is Star Fox 2. Um,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I definitely want to stream that. Now, of course, you'd think I would have to just through the SNES Classic, but I'm pretty sure I have a ROM now of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I adore that game.
Yeah.
Like I played it a ton when I first got my SNES Classic. I'm
Makes me
shocked.
sick.
Yeah, I'm shocked at how much or how ahead of the times they were when they made
Oh,
that.
yeah, I agree.
It's crazy. It's like a strategy game, and it's different every time you play it.
Mhm.
And each difficulty just adds more content. Like it's
Yeah,
just I still haven't played it on the hard yet, or the is it wait is the second difficulty hard? I think so. And then there's a third one.
I think so.
Yeah, it's the third one I haven't tried yet.
Mhm.
There's also like a debug room where you can have like homing missiles and things that I haven't got yet. Um, you have to collect those Andros coins, and then it unlocks a room. Because I think homing missiles would make the game a lot better. Because you can charge your blaster, but it shoots straight, and it's kind of hard to shoot the bosses and stuff with it.
Mhm.
But you can unlock a thing that allows you to change them into homing missiles. But I think it's a game that most people never played, or played it instantly, like for a few minutes, and were like, "Oh, it's ugly today," or whatever, and just never went back to it.
Yeah. The issue with those types of games, so like that and the original Star Fox as
Mm-hmm.
well, it's not that they're ugly, it's that they actually make me sick. Like
Yeah, yeah, I
there's just
gotcha.
some weird like the mode 7, it's same thing with like PlayStation games. And
Right.
some N60 actually no, I guess it's mostly PlayStation because N64 games seem to have enough frames that
Yeah,
it
I
make
gotcha.
me sick. It's just yeah, that weird almost it's 3D, but I don't know, it's running too slow, so I don't know, it just gives me that weird
Yeah,
uh, motion sick feeling.
I'm curious. Did you have any problems with Spider Verse, the movie?
No,
Because it's similar, right? It's choppy on purpose. Like it kind of has that. You have to kind of fill in the gaps. Like maybe it's
yeah,
more work for your brain or something. I don't know. I totally understand what you're saying though.
I don't know, I just the beginning of Spider Verse, like or in the trailers.
Okay.
So the trailers for Spider Verse for me looked awful.
Yep.
I was really scared because
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
saw it in a little snippet,
Yep. And
and it's like, wow, this feels off.
yeah, and it's jumping around scenes too, right? It's a trailer. So yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So I don't know. You just in the trailers, like you just see like, oh wow, there's less frames. This feels really weird.
Yeah.
Why is
Yeah.
this movie lagging?
Right.
And then you see the movie, and then you just get used to it.
Right.
But like with games and stuff, I don't know. I'm in control of it. It should feel natural.
Yeah. Yeah, I get you. It feels good for me. Maybe it took some adjustment or whatever,
Hmm.
but I also I adore the original Star Fox 2 or as well.
Yeah.
Um, but that's obviously one a lot of people have played. So, but Star Fox 2, yeah, having just came out and it's only on the classic, and I don't think anybody really bought that for that game, even though it was just on that. They're playing everything else on there. There's so
Yeah.
many other better games, but so I still think it deserves a chance to be played through to the end. Again, it's
Yeah.
different. It's different if you get sick from it. That's different. But I'm glad you brought that up
Yeah.
because I wouldn't have thought of that. So those are kind of extra ones that I put on here that I've never played back in the day. Let me see. There's
Mhm.
some other ones I'm kind of saving best for last. There's some other ones that I think everybody's maybe played, maybe not. It's hard to think of it because it's the ones I played to death growing up, or I still own on Super Nintendo, like
Mhm.
SimCity, the original SimCity on Super Nintendo launch game.
Uh-huh.
Um, Never owned it growing up, but I own it now. But my buddy, actually Eric, the guy who I bought this webcam from, the one that I just bought the other day, um, he had this game growing up, and I would borrow it from him all the time. Um, Again, it's probably one people play still, but I don't think people play it anymore or care about it anymore.
Mhm.
The original, but it's such a great version of that. Yeah, there's some weird wonky stuff. Um, I think there's some weird glitches or weird like just some things don't work right with the residential, or even with obviously you don't even need roads technically.
Uh-huh.
Um, there should be some kind of want in the game that, hey, we don't have any roads, but railroads work fine. So there's some weird things in there, um, but again, for the Super Nintendo, like I think that game's amazing.
Yeah, I've
Um,
never played it.
oh, well, there you go. Yeah, it's fantastic. Really fun, and I've always wanted that same a model, I guess, for city building games,
Huh.
where it's just more fun and it's goal oriented. Whenever you
Yeah.
hit a new you start as a town, and then Mr. Right runs across the screen. He's like, "Congratulations, you hit town, this much population." And then like the music changes and like things start to and you start getting rewards and stuff. And I've always wanted that. And then like I bought City Skylines, and it's very dull's not the right word, but like
Yeah.
straightforward city builder. Like there's no fun.
Yeah.
Um,
I think the only one I've played is SimCity 2000.
that's one I've never played, but I remember going to a friend's house once. That's when I was a kid or whatever, and he had it on his computer and he showed me.
Mm.
Um, but yeah, no, never played that one. I think that one is on the Super Nintendo as well, but I know it's very bad.
Huh.
Does not run good. I think it's on Super Nintendo. Um, anyways, but yeah, Super Nintendo's SimCity is fantastic.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me think. What's another one here? Okay, here's another one that I bet you lots of people played, it's very underrated in my opinion. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest.
Mm.
Um, it gets so much hate now,
It
uh,
does.
but for the time, I think it came out before three, right? I don't know about that for sure, but I'm pretty sure. But it came
It
out
might.
but it came out after two, and it's just different than other Final Fantasies. I did growing up. I loved it. Didn't own it, mind you. I owned like two and three and all the big ones, but so I must have known that it wasn't one that I necessarily wanted to go through over and over again. But for one, the soundtrack is fantastic. It's like a rock and roll soundtrack.
Mhm.
It still holds up. Like it's awesome. It really stands out compared to obviously Final Fantasy two, Final Fantasy three are fantastic, but they're very similar, very orchestral and all that.
Yeah.
Mystic Quest is just a lot of heavy metal, a lot of you know stuff that you don't find a lot on Super Nintendo. But anyways, people think of it as like a baby's first Final Fantasy, but I don't, it's not like super easy or nothing. You can still get your ass kicked. Uh, but
Usually bad games.
yeah, maybe I don't know. But I mean, what I mean is like enemies still hit for a decent amount. You got to heal. You got to It's just a lot more straightforward. You have like an AI partner, which nowadays is normal, but then it was looked at like. But you can
So it's
also
like
but you can turn that off. So it's like I don't know.
so is it like Final Fantasy 13 where it's just very linear?
Yeah, yeah. Well, no, it's not linear. Big open areas, lots of puzzles. You can see the enemies on the screen. That's what I mean. It was very forward thinking. You see all
Huh.
the enemies on the screen. As you're fighting enemies, they start to wear down, like their sprites change.
Mm.
And yeah, it's just but the baby's first RPG stuff is like when you pick up a weapon, you just always have it and you always use it. For instance, you'll find like different claw weapons, different swords, axes, bombs. You just switch with L and R between them, and when you find a new sword, it replaces your old one. It's just like an upgrade.
Mhm.
So it's very simple. Whenever you find armor, you don't equip it or anything. It's just now you have these stat bonuses permanently. So again, it's very forward thinking. Because RPGs now, it would not be looked down upon if they did that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and lots of rare treasures everywhere, and again, the music's great. Bosses, you have to fight like four fiends, like elemental crystal fiends, very classic. Characters come and go, throughout your party, and word bubbles pop up over their head. It looks really cool. You can actually jump. You run and jump and do puzzles and stuff. It's like, yeah,
Cool.
it's actually really great. I think I actually love it. So,
Nice.
yeah, and lengthy too. Lengthy quest.
Mhm.
Um, and anyways, so that's one that probably people have heard of and played, but not. I don't think it's appreciated much
I
anymore.
haven't played it. Wait, no, I lied. I might have played like a
That was fast. You might have played it when?
like a ROM or something,
Oh
but
yeah,
like
yeah,
I've never owned it or anything.
yeah. I never owned it, but a friend of mine.
I don't think I rented it either.
Hmm, yeah, I mostly played these games through a friend or other friends through school and stuff.
Hmm. Yeah.
Let's see what else we got. Another one that I played last night. Again, it's not a super rare one or anything, and this is kind of just a mention. It's not on my main list, but Batman Returns.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's a fun beat 'em up.
It
It,
looked good.
yeah, there's side-scrolling bits that are like you're just running and shooting, and it's like it feels weird because the controls all change.
Hmm.
Um, but it still works, and it's but it's the beat 'em up sections that are great. When you pick up,
Nice looking too.
yeah, it's really, and the music's spot on, and it follows the movie, Batman
Is it
Returns.
Konami?
Yep, Konami. Yep,
Because I thought I heard
yep.
the editing, like
Yeah.
the
Oh, at the
pause.
beginning. Yeah.
No, the pause. Thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's funny. Do they all have the same pause?
Yeah,
thing?
they all have the same pause.
Turtles in Time.
Yep.
Really? I never clued into that. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, Turtles in Time definitely not on my list. But yeah, I think everybody's played that. I think I don't know, but
Maybe I hope so.
yeah, I know, right? Some of these I wonder, but okay. So another one here that you might have played, or at least you can respect. It's a HAL game, HAL Laboratories. Kirby's Avalanche.
That
Uh,
is on one of my kind of lists, but
oh
yeah, I
wow,
own it now.
you own it now? Really? Is it super
I-
rare? Because I think it's supposed to be super rare.
No, I don't think so.
No?
I
Okay.
got it as a gift a few years ago. My
Okay.
roommate gave it to me for my birthday. 'Cause he's like, "You like Kirby, and you like puzzles. Here's
Yeah.
Kirby puzzles."
It's a
I'm
Puyo
like,
Puyo game, right?
I
Which
like
I didn't.
Puyo. Yeah.
I didn't know that at the time, but yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is one I used to rent.
Yeah.
I don't.
Same here.
I don't think I knew anybody that owned it, but yeah, cool.
Yeah, it's on my. So, kind of spoilers. I have like a rented games list
Okay,
that I
okay.
have right here. So like yeah,
That's
one
cool.
of them was Kirby's Avalanche.
Okay, cool. That's awesome. There we go. Got some crossover there.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's one. Yeah, it's a Puyo Puyo game for anybody wondering. If you like puzzle games with the little blobs, and you gotta like match the colors, but you're beating.
It's Mean Bean Machine.
That's one I don't know anything about, so I just
It's
know
the
that.
same thing. It's Puyo Puyo.
Gotcha. Just on Sega Genesis, I guess.
Yeah, because that was the thing. It was like Nintendo and Sega both had like a license for Puyo Puyo. So
Oh,
it was like near the same time, I believe, that they both released their own
makes sense.
separate games with different skins.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, and you're fighting all the Kirby bosses and stuff.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Yeah, I've only played it single player, like the story, and it gets pretty
Yeah.
challenging, but it's
Same
fun.
here.
It's fun, and the music's really good. I can still hear it right now in my head. So, what else we got? Okay, another one I played last night that I think nobody ever played. Pocky and Rocky 2.
Never played it.
Now Pocky and Rocky 1 is the one that I used to rent a little bit, and I play it with my sister.
Mhm.
Now that's an awesome, straightforward, like two-player shoot 'em up kind of game. A very Japanesey style. Like all the characters, you're throwing like the little cards and stuff,
Yeah.
And except if you're playing as Rocky, who's a raccoon, he throws little leaves everywhere. But
He's
yeah.
a tanuki, not a raccoon.
Well, in the game it says Rocky the raccoon. So
yeah, it's localization. 'Cause
yeah,
he's
true.
throwing
Yeah. You got it. I'm just saying that's what I'm going by is when you choose this
Yeah.
character. It says that. But you're totally right.
Mhm.
At least in Mario 3, they actually called it the Tanuki suit. I remember that in the manual.
That's true.
So that's the
I
only.
was shocked.
Because as a kid, we used to say Tanuki. I'm like, where the
Mhm.
hell would I learn that? But it's the only game I can think of that would have. Yeah.
Yeah.
But and that's also not on my list, Mario 3. But yeah, but Pocky and Rocky 2, I played a decent amount of. Like I played it last night for a little bit, and that just adds more mechanics and there's like a gear system and like shops and stuff, and it just adds more to the game. So I think that's just a superior game.
Yeah.
That would be fun
It
to
looks
play
really cool.
co-op. That would be really fun. Assuming there's no lag or anything, but that would be amazing. I'm curious what you think of this one. If you've ever played it, it's a Blizzard game for Super Nintendo. They've made a few. It's not Blackthorn because I thought about putting that on my list. That's a really good Blizzard game on Super Nintendo, but I don't. It's not It's not super unique because it reminds me of like Flashback or Out of This World, those kind of games. If anybody's ever even heard of that stuff. So Rock and Roll Racing from Blizzard. You ever heard of that?
I've heard of it.
Okay, I used to rent this all the time. Super good. Oh man, isometric's the word that I was thinking of earlier for the Fireman one. So it's got like an isometric view. Reminds me of RC Pro AM or whatever on NES.
Okay.
It's like that kind of view.
Yeah.
But way bigger sprites and like closer and stuff, and you have like I guess yeah. In RC Pro AM, do you have rockets and stuff or like weapons?
I don't think so.
Yeah, maybe not. But in this, you have like weapons. It's very futuristic and gritty, but funny too. Like there's one of the aliens that totally looks like the Predator, and there's like a xenomorph looking thing. One looks like a Wookiee.
Oh, nice.
But the cool thing is the soundtrack takes actual songs like Born to Be Wild. I might be wrong, but I'm trying to remember all the songs. But like Born to Be Wild, or like Bad to the Bone, or like different rock tunes from like the 70s and stuff, and puts them in the game as SNES music. And
Yeah.
each level has like songs or Ozzy Osbourne, which or no, maybe it's a Black Sabbath song. Um, it doesn't matter. But anyways, it's like that kind of music. And it's I'm trying to think of other games like this. Man, is it Top Gear? No, there's other Super Nintendo games where, or even Road Rash, where you race, get money, and you choose upgrades.
Okay.
For
Yeah.
your whatever, and you get different vehicles you can pick from. Um,
I mean,
and
there are a lot of games that do that nowadays,
sure,
especially like even Mario Kart does that now.
oh really? I had no idea. Wait,
Yeah.
the Switch one does that?
Like you race and stuff, and you just get coins when you do
Yeah.
better, and then you get upgrades for your
Oh shit.
thing. Yeah. Yeah. I want to say since Mario Kart Wii.
I was gonna say I owned the Wii one. I don't remember that, but I didn't play the
Yeah,
ton.
since the Wii one, you were
Okay.
able to just
Wow.
customize all your stuff and
I
make your
I gotta borrow that. My friend's got it on Switch, so I gotta borrow that. That sounds fun. I didn't know it had upgrades. I'm a sucker for that stuff. So
yeah, you just basically choose like the chassis. So whether if you want a motorcycle or a or a car, you choose a set of wheels, and then you choose the
that's awesome.
what parachute or glider you want, and that depending on that would change your stats,
That's
and you just
awesome.
unlock more when you play more.
Right. Yeah, I gotta play that. That sounds awesome. I had no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, rock and roll racing's basically that, but like isometric view. So it kind of controls weird because obviously like left on the D-pad will turn your vehicle left, but you know what I mean.
Hmm.
So it's a bit to get used to. But you have rockets and like mines and stuff. There's a commentator too that yells throughout the whole match, which is really cool for Super Nintendo. See, right now in my head I can hear some of his things, but anyways, and you gotta stay on the track, and it's like really fast, and it's super fun. Great
Sounds
graphics. Yeah, it's great graphics. Like really kind of dark and gritty, but like
Yeah.
space kind of stuff. Reminds me of like Heavy Metal, like the movie, you know, that kind of
Yeah,
style.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, totally that kind of style.
All right.
Yeah, it's from Blizzard, so it's awesome. Um, what else we got? All right. I tried to keep away from RPGs. Because I think most people go. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I have no idea. I think most people go back and play a lot of old school RPGs.
So, quick insight into me.
Yeah.
The only real RPGs I played as a kid was I want to say Pokemon was the only
Oh,
RPG
yeah.
I really played.
Right.
Like I didn't start Final Fantasy IV on the Game Boy Advance was my first RPG.
That's
I probably
cool.
said this before.
That's cool. We have a similar experience with that then, because I mean, I played RPGs on NES, but I was like really little.
Yeah.
Like Final Fantasy and Dragon Warrior, stuff like that, and action RPGs, Zelda, Crystalis, whatever. But
Yeah.
but Final Fantasy 2 on Super Nintendo was the first one I owned on my own, and I was just old enough, maybe 11 or so, to read and like to that was my game, and I played over and over and over.
Mhm.
So that's kind of funny how we have a similar experience with that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like I rented things every once in a while, but I was so bad at them and just didn't understand them at
Yeah,
the time.
that's how I was too. Yeah.
Like Quest 64. I mean, Quest
Oh
64
yeah.
is a bad game in general.
Yeah.
But,
I used to play that. I remember that with little ghosts and
yeah,
stuff. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, but like that game just didn't explain anything. But like I don't
Yeah.
know, I just felt really bad at it, so then I just wasn't I don't know
Yeah,
interested.
your gen is tough if you're talking N64 as that was a childhood thing for you because there just was not RPGs like that. Yeah, it was all on PlayStation.
Yeah, exactly. Because I
Yeah,
was N64. I don't have any knowledge of
yeah,
PlayStation for the most part until now.
yeah.
And even then, that's only the Final Fantasies and some Mega Man games,
Right.
uh,
It's,
Castlevania, Symphony of the
I was
Night.
just gonna say Symphony of the Night. Yeah. So like Chrono Cross, you've never tried or?
I've never played Chrono Cross. No,
Man, yeah. Wow. Parasite Eve.
nah. I own Parasite Eve. I think we've talked about this
Maybe.
before. I've
Oh,
just never.
dude, if you stream that, oh my God, I'd be there every day.
I don't
Like,
know how I could.
oh right, you can't play it, right? Yeah. Oh,
But
PS2 or
oh
something.
wait, no,
If you have a PS2.
I have a PS2. What? Oh, the issue is my capture card only does HDMI.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
What I could do is my PS3.
If you have an
Those
old one.
games.
If you have an old PS3. I got one
I
in my
think all.
closet. Oh wait, PS1. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course. Yeah, yeah. Yes, it does. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So there you go. Do it. Oh my God, I'd be all in on that. I could help you through it too. So, because it's pretty
But now
complicated.
then I have to find my PS3.
Yeah. Well, don't rush. You don't have to rush into it or nothing. But just someday.
Yeah.
That would be.
Because I have that. I have like Legend of the Dragoon and
Steph
like
might.
I've
Our
never
friend.
played that.
Okay. Yeah, I played through that once. The same guy Eric I was talking about earlier, he had Legend of Dragoon, so I rented or
Mhm.
borrowed it and went through it once. It's not great in my opinion. It's fine.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, it's
But
fine.
it was,
But
I want to say it was like $15.
oh, cool. Yeah,
I bought it like years ago.
amazing CG scenes though. Holy crap, quality
Hmm.
on those are just mind-boggling. But yeah,
But anyway, this is the SNES show.
yeah. No, hey, we got time.
Yeah.
It's cool. That's fun. Yeah, and Steph, our friend Steph, might show up for a Parasite Eve stream because she's actually played through that. So
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
I actually did an English school project on that game, and that's how I met a good friend of mine, who lives in Newfoundland now. But Jr., who shows up to my streams once in a while.
Mhm.
We kind of bonded over Parasite Eve. So
Oh, nice.
yeah, and he showed me Resident Evil 2. So 'cause,
Have you? I feel like we've talked about this, so
That's okay.
stop me.
It's good show
Have you read
content.
the book?
The Parasite Eve book, no, but the movie, yes. Recently, I watched it.
Okay.
It's not a good movie, but it's still cool to see
I've
it.
tried to read the book before.
Okay. Is it about
it-
the same story though, or is it like the movie and it's about a different event? But in the game, they mention it later on in the game. They mention, "Hey, this happened before," and that's what the movie's about.
I don't.
It's car crash or car crash. I don't know. Anyways, yeah.
I forget, but I just know that the game, like, there was a book first, and then the game, and then the movie,
Okay, gotcha.
right?
I bet you it
Same.
is about. Probably. I actually didn't even know there was a book until you mentioned it, and I think I remember you mentioning
Yeah.
it before. That might have been my first time hearing about it, but yeah, and only kind of recently I found out about that there was a movie. I think it was like a year ago I watched it, but yeah, it's not very good, but whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways, yes, Super Nintendo stuff. Okay, so what I was gonna say is I wasn't gonna put a lot of RPGs on here because, like I said, I think people go back and play all the like obviously Earthbound is popular now, but it wasn't then.
Yeah.
Like I owned it in '96, I believe it came out, um, but anyways, but stuff like that people have played now, or it's widely available. But one that isn't, that I still love and I have memories of, never owned it, rented it, I think, but I know I must have borrowed it from people. It's an Enix game, the Seventh Saga, which I had streamed, and you might have even been there for some of the stream, maybe not.
I don't know.
Maybe it was like a year ago, so maybe not, but maybe it was Stefan.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, maybe it was Stefan there or something. But I definitely would love to stream this game in its entirety because I've never beat it before. It's very difficult, but not. It has the nice. It doesn't have the old school where you game over title screen, load up your file. It just sends you back to like town, like Pokemon style, Earthbound style.
Oh,
So you can
nice.
always just keep pushing. Now, the amazing thing with this game, first of all, so it's a straight up traditional RPG, but it doesn't look or feel traditional. Like even the way the battles go is really cool. Like for instance, you have a world map, just like old school RPGs. You walk around a world map, but you have this orb in the bottom left corner, and it shows enemies like little white dots frantically moving around the map, and they'll slowly come in and close in on you. So you know how close you are to a random battle. It's really cool.
Okay.
So when it hits the middle of the orb, like your dot, the music will change, and the camera just zooms right in on the world map, and you have a battle right on the map, and it's like really cool, and the music's really really good. But the thing that stands out, it's very forward thinking. Like I think if this was remade today, it could be huge. Maybe as a mobile game or as a small indie game, but still. First of all, you choose your character, so you can pick any character you want, and every playthrough is different, which is the cool thing. It's like a roguelike basically, which is crazy for Super Nintendo. So you'd have different stories. Like I'd play it with friends, or I must have. Did I own it at one point? Because I remember lending it out to somebody, but maybe I borrowed it from somebody and then like lent it to them overnight or something. When I probably shouldn't have, but whatever. But because I remember a friend come back and tell me his stories, and it's completely different than mine. Because you pick your character out of like, let me think, maybe 8 characters. They're all very different. Like so, there's like a dwarf, a warrior. These are like traditional ones, but like a dwarf, a warrior. Like a shepherd-looking healing guy, a black magic woman, but then you also get a robot, you get an alien, and you get a monster. And they all play very differently. They have different story stuff and whatever. I don't remember if they all start in the same place. I think so, yeah, because you're in front of like the king, and the whole goal is to collect runes. I don't remember how many there are, but let's say there's 5. And the cool thing is, whatever characters you didn't pick are also in the game, and they're trying to get the runes as well.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to either join up with some of them. There's also a demon. That's one of the characters too. It's like this evil-looking demon guy. So you might want to join up with some of these characters, but some of them are gonna clash and not work well together. Some might backstab you at certain points in the game and then become big bosses and stuff. At one point in a cave, you might be going through this cave to find a rune, and you're gonna run into the dwarf, and he's already got the rune, and now you gotta fight him and try to get it from him. But it's like different every time you play. It's like amazing. Like it's really really good. It's like traditional gear, you buy from shops. It's a little archaic with the way the menus are and stuff. Like there's no, and it kind of reminds me of Earthbound, where because that feels old, I think on purpose, where you
Yeah.
press a button to bring up a menu just on the screen and then like equip. It's not very graphically pleasing with the menus and stuff,
Yeah.
but yeah, the music's great. Graphics are unique. Like they're not bad, but they're like really kind of not very vibrant and interesting. But they're not bad. But I would not say it's got great graphics.
Hmm.
Very animated battles. It's actually got an interesting battle system where if you defend first, you kind of charge up an attack, but you're defending, and then the enemy hits you, and then you do a double like super attack. So you're very encouraged to defend and then attack if you're doing melee.
Hmm.
Lots of animations though, and big sprites, and like especially with the enemies and stuff looks really cool. Um,
Cool.
anyways, yeah, so that's the seventh saga. Um,
Okay.
so yeah, it's a pretty awesome RPG.
Nice,
Um,
nice.
yeah, that I would totally buy like on Switch or something if they ever put SNES games on there or whatever.
Maybe someday.
Yeah, hopefully. I guess it'd be a Square Enix game now. I don't know, but
Yeah, probably. I would assume so, unless it got like tossed around somewhere else.
yeah, yeah.
That
And
happens
they actually
sometimes.
made another RPG after this that I've only dabbled in. Um, I wish I could remember the name of it. Crap, I think it's like got three words in it, but whatever. But I started playing. I'm like, oh, there's another RPG from Enix that I missed, and then like I just tried it on. I think I put it on my SNES Classic like within the last year. Played it for the first time, and it plays. It reminds me so much of Seventh Saga. It feels like a sequel, but like way better
Hmm.
graphics. It's way more actiony. And I'm like, oh, I should play this. I bet you it's one that I'd probably appreciate. But
Yeah.
anyways, I can't remember what it's called. But so let's see what else we got here. Another RPG that okay, this one isn't unheard of, unlike the Seventh Saga, I think. But Breath of Fire. Um,
Oh.
this is a game I owned for Super Nintendo. I remember specifically wanting it forever because I saw it in my magazines. It said Squaresoft, so I thought it was a Squaresoft game. So I'm like, oh, I need this RPG. Christmas, maybe birthday. My birthday is in March, so I'm trying to remember, but it might have been Christmas. But I waited like all year for it. Let's say I found out about it in the summer, and I just remember it felt like it took forever. And then Christmas came, and I remember going to a mall somewhere with my dad, and so I would have been like 12 or something. I don't know. Yeah, definitely older than 11, but because that's when I was living
Hmm.
with him. But anyways, and I remember going there and like I think he said you have $100 to spend, and I can't remember if games were like super expensive then. This is in Canada, mind you, though I don't know if the
Oh.
prices were different then. But I remember going there and seeing it, and it was over $100. I can't remember what it cost, but
Oh wow.
and I was like, oh, are you kidding me? We came all the way to the city because I grew up in small towns to buy it, and I'm like, I can't get it. And he's like, pick something else, and I'm like, this is all the only thing I've been thinking about all year. And he ended up buying it for me, so that was awesome.
Hmm.
And all I had, I think, was FF2 at the time, and I had that for like a year plus
Yeah.
since the previous Christmas. So it was nice to have a new game. So I did play this a lot growing up. It's not as good as any Final Fantasy game, or anything. It's actually a Capcom RPG, but so the music's straight up Street Fighter, and like you can tell, it's like straight up like the Capcom sound. Even the graphics and stuff are just not well. Okay, the in battle graphics are actually very impressive. Everything is animated. Again, compared to Final Fantasy, even Final Fantasy 3,
Hmm.
um, everything's animated. The spell effects, everything's like really cool in battle. It's like an isometric view. Um, it has a day-night cycle and like lots of cool features. Like you can combine party members to make new creatures and stuff. Well, one party member in particular has this ability to fuse. Um, so you can choose like other party members to mix with him, and it like makes new sprites and new characters and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Hmm.
And those characters can interact with the environment in different ways to solve puzzles. So like you might be able to, so like one party member might be able to push rocks or punch trees to maybe get items from them. Your main guy, right, Ryu, can transform into a dragon. He can also fish. Um, but yeah, different characters can do different things. But Breath of Fire 2, as far as Super Nintendo games go, is the much superior game in every way. But
Okay.
I still have a soft spot for the original Breath of Fire. The music's really good. Um, you can like fly, like you get like or you don't get airships in that, but one of your characters can turn into a bird and then you fly. But you also have a character that can turn into a giant fish. He actually is a fish. His name's Gobi. He's probably my favorite character. But you can actually go underwater and like do some like underwater travel stuff. So it has all the good RPG stuff that you remember from Super Nintendo games.
Yeah.
But anyway, the story is convoluted. The translation's not great. You don't even know where to go half the time. Um, But yeah, it's still a really great game.
Cool.
Yeah. I think I only got a couple left. One is kind of funny. Actually, literally, I think I got two left. One's kind of funny that you wouldn't think, and this is definitely one I don't think people play at all. And I haven't played it actually since. I think I owned it for a little while. Maybe somebody gave it to me, or I found it at a yard sale or something. I don't remember how I owned it, but it was only for a short while. And it was after, was it PlayStation days? No, I guess not. It was close to PlayStation days, so like it was late Super Nintendo. But it's a Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse. Um,
Oh, I played that.
you have? Okay, cool.
Yeah, it was
Uh,
one of the rented games.
awesome. Yeah, it's a Capcom game.
Yeah,
And
that's why it's good.
yeah, it's fantastic. And it's actually a game I could beat. Like it wasn't like Mega Man difficulty, Capcom.
Mm-hmm.
Although I think I beat Mega Man as a kid a little bit. But yeah, this was just a fun game to throw on. You get like different job classes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can be a fireman, I think, to shoot projectiles and stuff. Mickey Mouse can have like a grappling hook and like swing around and stuff. Lots of secrets. And I know they made sequels that didn't come out here or something like that. I've seen some people play them online, where you can be like Donald Duck and different characters and stuff. But
Yeah, I've seen those too.
yeah, okay. But anyways, that's all I got to say about this. I haven't played it since then, but I remember being able to beat it. And then when I beat it, I'd want to challenge myself, try to go through it again, like faster and stuff. And had a lot of fun with that one. So it's probably an easier game, but it plays like Mario World a little bit. You know, a lot of the environmental stuff very similar.
Yeah.
But you get classes that you can switch between. I think on the fly. I can't remember, but
I think so. Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't like level specific or like power ups or something. I don't think. Maybe. And the only other one I have here is one I played a lot growing up that is totally different than everything else on the list. Is Vegas Stakes.
What?
Vegas Stakes.
I don't know what that is.
It's like let me explain it first. But it's like a gambling game.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, but it's also an RPG in a way.
Okay.
So you pick your character to start, which is purely cosmetic, but and you name your character and you sign in and that, and then you pick a partner to go out gambling with. So you pick one of the other characters that you didn't pick, and it is two-player co-op. So me and my buddy would play it all the time. And you basically pick a casino, but there's like different prices for each one. There's even like a futuristic future one, like Borgs are in there and stuff, like Star Trek Borgs and stuff.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But the cool thing is, so you go to a casino, it's not just about the games. So you pick like slot machine, craps, poker, or whatever, and you start playing the games. But random events will start coming up, like really crazy things. So maybe somebody will bump into you, and you get to like they'll say like, oh sorry, and it's like a random like you see their face and everything, they're talking, and they'll bump into you like while you're playing poker, and like, oh sorry man, whatever, you know, and you can like interact. You can be like, hey, and like stop them, depending on how you feel about the situation, or let them go. But you might find out in a little bit that you're missing $100 or something, you know. Or you might, stop them and actually a cop will show up and say, "Hey, we were just chasing somebody by here," and then you might get reward money for helping get them catch the guy or whatever. Or
Cool.
or somebody will say, "Hey, I got this lottery ticket. You want to buy it for $50 or whatever, kind of thing." And it's like, why would you do that? It's very randomized, but do you have the money or not? Maybe you just made a bunch of money in poker and like, sure, I'll spend $50 on a lottery ticket. But then you suddenly win 1,000 in like after like an hour of playing or something. The lottery numbers will get read off, and so it's very interactive, very live. Like it's really cool. And you're trying to get to the next casino, and then the next one, and then the next one, and keep moving. There's also a really cheap casino if you start really failing, like a really dirty, disgusting one. But to me, it felt like an RPG. I think the whole there's other stuff that happens too, but I forget. But the whole point I think is to hit like $1 million or something, and then you win. But yeah, I had fun playing that with friends. The graphics are great. Very
Sounds
animated.
cool.
Yeah, music's awesome. Like it's really cool. A little bit of
Who makes
story.
that game?
Did I write it down? Oh, it's HAL. Yeah, it's HAL Laboratories. So there you go. It's a HAL game, like Kirby.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So yeah. So that's an awesome. Again, I put it on the list mainly. I played it a lot growing up. Don't think anybody plays it anymore, but it's you can I know that you can really exploit it with ROMs because it whatever the results are and stuff, it saves it. So you could like save state, play roulette and bet everything on red, or on whatever, and then like when it says, hey, your number's 15 red or whatever, then you just go back to your save state and bet 15 red, and then it's like, and then you win everything. But I remember doing that once on a ROM like forever ago. But yeah, it's a game I definitely never owned or rented, but a friend had it. Actually, it was a friend that introduced me to Nintendo, so way back when. Um,
Hmm.
so, anyways, that's basically my list. I think that's everything. Um, yeah, it took me a while to figure out everything. I was going through other people's lists, but they're all like okay. They're all like things that aren't even on my list. That like I'm trying to think of stuff now, but it's just too obvious. I almost put Clay Fighters on here, but then I played it last night.
Yeah.
It's pretty awful. Clay Fighters 2 is supposed to be way better, but I don't think I played it or not much anyway. Um, there's one other game that I almost put on here, but I don't know if it's good enough to put on here. There's a game called Bob, or at least it must stand for something.
Oh, B.O.B.
Yeah, and you play this robot guy. Animations are amazing.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay, the music's very ambient, and it's a very sci-fi side-scrolling shooting game.
Hmm.
It's really difficult. And it's hard to tell where you're going, and it's like, it's hard to, in my opinion. I'm also not a big platformer guy or like side-scrolling game guy, so it's hard for me to like play a game and stay interested. Because I'll like run out of ammo or something, or like run to a dead end. I'm like, I don't know where to go. I'm like, I want to play something else.
Yeah.
But so Bob's kind of like that. If you like side-scrolling platformer, kind of open, like almost Super Metroid like sort of. Although I love Super Metroid, but less dark and interesting, but more colorful. More like doesn't play like this, but as far as the aesthetically, Toe Jam and Earl,
Okay.
that kind of stuff, cartoony, over the top alien robots and stuff. But it's side-scrolling. Anyways, so I
But
almost
is
put
the sprite too big,
uh,
like
it,
Super
it
Metroid?
it might be no actually it might be bigger than Metroid, but it's the whole world's bigger.
Okay.
It feels like everything's just big and
Okay.
but it's hard to see what's coming next.
Because
But
that's my biggest complaint with Super Metroid. Is
so
that
yeah,
sprite's way too big
it's
for the screen.
I don't think it is, but I'd never really thought about it until you brought it up. So
I don't know. Like it's like a Game Boy game. Like you know how like the sprite's too
sure,
big,
sure, yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
like the screen just feels compressed
Okay,
around them.
that's Bob. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is your character's I guess pretty big on the screen, and then you're like inching forward because something's gonna jump out
Yeah.
at you. Yeah, yeah. Bob has some of that stuff. So
Okay.
but yeah, it's still a great game. I love
Okay.
when you jump. Let's say there's electricity on the ground, and there's like a wire, and you're jumping Earthworm Jim style to like grab onto it. I love
Hmm.
the animation when you slide across. The only thing that moves on you is your fingers, like moving across the
Oh
wire, and it looks so cool. It's like this little pixel just moving like perfectly, like
yeah. Tippity tap.
yeah, exactly, right along, and it makes a noise too, and it's like so funny. Yeah, lots of mechanical noises when you jump and run into things, and there's even an animation when you run into a wall, like you bounce off the wall. It's like yeah, it's very heavily animated and cartoony, like you know. But
Yeah.
yeah, I guess that should have been on my list. I talked about it enough, but anyways, yeah, that's so yeah, Seven Saga, Magical Quest starring Mickey Mouse, Rock and Roll Racing, Breath of Fire, Vegas Stakes, Pocky and Rocky 2 or the first one, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, Kirby's Avalanche, SimCity, Star Fox 2, The Fireman, Batman Returns.
Cool.
Super Nintendo games that I don't think people talk about at all anymore. That makes me sad. So it's actually one of
Yes,
the
Dad.
it's yeah one of the reasons I wanted to do a podcast and stream old games. I don't know if anybody will care, but I want to.
Mhm.
I'm just sad to think that when I'm gone, um, literally nobody. I feel like obviously it's not the case, but I literally feel like nobody will care about any of the stuff that people made.
Depends on what it is.
Yeah, but it's just I feel like when I'm gone, or I should say my generation's gone, it's like that's this even like pushed even farther back. Nobody's gonna care about it, and I know that's just how life goes, and that's what happens to entertainment. And
Everyone will be playing Fortnite too.
oh god, but then there'll be people like me someday that are like, remember Fortnite, and they'll be doing shows about like when there was only 1,000 people or 100 people in a battle royale, and now
Now
we
it's
got
just a million.
yeah, literally right, but there will be.
Yeah.
It's just yeah, man.
Ugh.
It's funny. It's just the way history goes, I guess. But that's the main reason
Yeah.
I'll talk about NES and SNES games all day. Like,
Hmm.
but speaking of which, you brought something too, right?
Yeah. I kind of just wrote down things
That's cool.
that I owned as a kid, and then kind of would go off of that.
That's cool.
Um.
Super Nintendo specific.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
So this is when you were a kid. So this would have been the '90s, like, or would have been like, was Super Nintendo long gone? Like this was N64 era when you'd rent these.
no, I guess I still. Mm,
So
let
when
me
I was
think.
renting Mario RPG and these other games I'm talking about, so mid to late, or yeah, mid '90s, like 95, 94,
Let's see.
96.
94. I would have been 2, so no.
Yeah, so that's what I mean.
Um,
So it would have been N64, maybe like
the
like
N64
'99.
might have like been just out or something.
So maybe like '99 or something like that.
Probably 96 to 99 or 2000.
Yeah. So
Um,
after Super Nintendo, but of course they're still being rented in stores. So yeah.
yeah, because
Gotcha.
I mean we had a Super Nintendo at the house.
Okay.
Um,
Cool.
so you're like, yeah, when I was a kid, there's a we had an NES. We had an NES that only had 2 games. It had or 2.5 games. We had
Okay.
the Duck Hunt Mario
Oh,
thing.
okay. Yeah.
And then we had the original Legend of Zelda,
Oh, cool.
and that was it. Um, Super Nintendo. I don't know when my family got it. I think it might have been my sister's. I'm not sure. It's mine now. I have it.
Cool.
But yeah, like we got that. I don't know when. I must have been um cognizant or something. We might have gotten that when I was little.
Okay.
Honestly, maybe um later, like than when it came out, just because it came with well, they all came with Mario World, didn't they?
Yeah. At first,
For
yeah.
the most part. So yeah, it came with Mario World, and then we also had one that came with it. It also had Mario All Stars with it.
Oh, cool.
So I remember playing Mario World and Mario All Stars a ton.
Nice. A lot of game
Specifically,
there. Yeah.
yeah, specifically, I remember playing the remake of the first Mario, Super Mario Brothers,
Oh,
a
okay.
lot
Cool.
on All Stars, because we didn't have Mario 2 or Mario 3 on the NES,
Right.
so like these were the only ways I played these games, and I feel like they look and feel a ton better on a
Yeah.
Super Nintendo.
Oh yeah. I play. That's the version of Mario 2 I play a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mario 1, 2, and 3, they look amazing on there.
The
and
backgrounds look so
they
cool.
play great. Yeah.
Yeah.
The music is very good.
Hmm.
But yeah, I remember playing those a ton. Play those a lot with my family. My mom would only play the first Mario, and that's it. Just because,
That's totally a mom thing. Yeah.
well, because she likes that one a lot. And she like knew all the secrets, and she knew like how to just get to the end and just beat it.
You got a cool mom.
And like that's that's all she played.
Yeah.
And you're like, hey, you want to play Mario World? No, I don't like that one. Let's play Mario.
That's awesome.
Because you don't know how to play it, or
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Can't do the spin jumps.
Right.
But yeah, so yeah, I remember playing that a lot. Just that first one, and then me being horrible, and then her getting to the end, and then trying to learn from that, I guess.
That ending part sucks. The castle where you gotta like try to figure out how to get to the end, where it changes. You know what I mean?
Well, that, and then there's a certain part I'm still horrible at with the first Mario, is that part when you have to run underneath a hammer, bro.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah, yeah.
Is it like
Timing. Yeah.
is it 8-3 or something?
I don't remember where.
Or 6-3? I forget how many stages
Yeah.
there are in the first Mario.
Yeah.
There's 6 or 8, but like it's
Yeah. I think
like,
it was 8 total. So yeah. It's probably
okay.
6.
So yeah, probably like six something, whatever.
It's all timing.
Yeah, and it's all timing, just
Yeah.
because it's just a flat land, and you just have to just wait for that hammer, bro. Wait for him to jump and just run underneath him.
Yeah.
And there's like 2 in a row.
Oh,
and
okay. Yeah, yeah.
I
Yeah, okay.
do it. I still like fail at that miserably half the
funny.
time.
If you can get there with the big Mario and then just rush through the second one. If you can get through
Yeah.
that first one and then
I guess.
that's funny.
But yeah, I remember playing that a lot. Remember playing. So I kind of had a realization of this. I don't know if I actually owned this as a kid or not. We might have just bought it from the movie, like the game renting store.
Right.
Now I think about it, but I mean, I own it now. Because I think you could buy games from there after a while, like if you rent it so many times, maybe.
Interesting.
Um,
Side note, my buddy, the same guy I was telling you about, Eric, loved forever Final Fantasy Tactics. I think I told you that.
Uh-huh.
That's all he played forever. That was like his favorite game.
Yeah.
But you couldn't find it anywhere, and like when we were renting it, it was like, and there was no Amazon or anything, I don't think, or whatever. if we even had internet. But I remember him. He found out that he could rent it from Blockbuster. I think it would have been, yeah, and
Hmm.
just keep it because it was like a $40 charge or something.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, it was just worth it just to spend like $50 for the whole thing, just to rent it and then keep
Wow.
it. So he did. Yeah. So that's how he got his copy. I still got mine over there somewhere, but yeah.
Yeah. I
Anyways,
have mine somewhere over here too.
that's the only time I've heard of anybody ever being able to do something like that. I mean, it's not quite what you
Yeah.
did, but still.
Yeah.
But anyways,
But for this one it was the Goof Troop game.
mm,
So
that's
I
I never
remember
played it.
playing that a ton.
That's cool.
Um
I'd like to
very
play that. Maybe that'd be a
very
good
good
co-op.
co-op.
That'd be a good co-op one. Maybe I don't know how fast you have to be, but like if there's any delay.
I don't know. It's over the head. I mean, it's made by Capcom,
Okay,
but
yeah.
it's Zelda without weapons.
Oh, I thought it was all puzzles, like Bomberman kind of looking stuff.
Um, I would compare it more to Zelda.
Wow, really? Just by looking
Yeah.
at screenshots, I thought it was always like a square room with like a puzzle, almost like Bomberman kind of thing, and like you're moving things around to get to the next room.
I mean, you have to go back and forth,
Wow.
rooms
Okay.
too.
Okay.
It's
So
not
it's
just going to a new room
yeah.
each.
Okay. I thought it was more open than anything. Okay.
Yeah. So like, I
Cool.
mean, yeah, you're going all around like this giant like this map, and then you're just trying to get from point A to point B, but then you have to go back from point B to point A at different points, and I don't know. It's just a lot of backtracking and stuff, but I don't mean it's Capcom, so you can tell like they're good at making games, and I can tell that they would be good at making a Zelda game, and they did eventually.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
did
Yeah.
the Four Swords Adventures, I
Oh,
think, right?
oh, Minish.
Wait, no, wait,
Minish Cap.
they did Minish Cap, yeah,
That's the only
right.
one I know. Yeah. Yeah. And that's
Yeah,
awesome game. I never finished it, but I've played that a bit on emulation. So
yeah, and yeah, that game's very, very good.
yeah, I'd
I
love to
like that
buy it
a lot.
properly. That's the other thing with emulation is I never feel motivated to finish games. Because I just don't feel like, well, at least now I have an SNES controller, like the 8-bit Do, but growing up I just used keyboard and stuff, and it never felt right.
Yeah,
So I just was like, I get to play a game I never played before, like Seiken Densetsu 3 or something, but I never wanted to finish it.
yeah, exactly.
So I'd love to play that, and then even Goof Troop too, but actually finish it. I'd love to buy them if they would let me,
Yeah,
like on
but
Switch,
yeah, I
Switch
have
or something. Yeah.
but yeah, I still have my copy of Goof
Oh,
Troop. But yeah,
that's
it was
awesome.
a co-op puzzle game.
Yeah. Okay.
You could just play by yourself, and so you get to choose either Max or Goofy.
Okay.
Goofy is, I want to say he can take more hits.
Oh, they're different. Okay.
Max is faster.
Interesting.
But yeah, like you can pass items to each. Oh no, Goofy can do more damage.
Okay.
So like something that would take Max 2 or 3 hits would take 1 or 2 hits for Goofy. I forget.
Interesting.
So normally what you would do, like you would grab an item because you throw stuff. So like you can hold up your hands open by hitting like the B button.
Okay.
And what you would normally do is you'd have Max go run, grab a coconut or like a ball or something, and you have to go into Goofy's path, throw the ball to Goofy, and then Goofy would throw it at the enemy.
Oh, and Goofy can't pick up stuff?
He can. It's just like Max is faster, so
Oh,
it's easier for him to like get to places.
that sounds interesting. Very cooperative then. Interesting.
Yeah. And then you can also get different items. Like there's a bell. If you ring it, then the enemies will come closer to you.
Oh, and that's a good thing
Like you can.
for
There's like
puzzles.
different like bricks and things or like stones that you can kick.
Hmm.
So normally what you do, you're like behind a wall of stones, and then you use the bell, and then they get all in front of the stone, and then you kick it, and then
Right.
all the enemies are gone.
All right. So very, very. My brain goes to Lolo. Like very
Yeah,
puzzly, kind of figuring out a room, how to get through a room. Okay, cool.
yeah, yeah. I could do that definitely. Yeah, like there's that, and there's also like there's like a hook shot as well
Nice, nice.
that you can use to like you can use it to like make a tightrope sometimes. There's
Oh,
certain parts of the level to
like
where
over gaps.
once you use it it's gone, but you need a tightrope to like get across. So you have to go back, you need to find the hook shot, go and use it, and then that, or like a plank of wood to complete a bridge or something like that.
Right.
But yeah, that game's very fun. I remember playing that a lot with just friends and maybe family, I'm not sure. But
Did you finish it?
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. I
that
figured.
game's great. You
I
can
figured
beat the
just.
game. I think you can beat that game in an hour or less,
Okay.
if you're fast and know what you're doing.
Yeah, maybe I'll stream it sometime as because I've never played it at all, never seen it played, and then
Yeah,
have you in the chat to walk me through some stuff.
yeah.
And then I'd love to add that to. I want to side note, and I want to. I don't know if I'm going to or when I'm going to do it. I would love to stream games that I finish, and then have a
Mhm.
list of everything that I finished.
Uh-huh.
Um, I just love making like lists or having goals and stuff. It'd be cool
Yeah,
to start at zero because I know I've beaten obviously FF2 and Mega Man X and all these games, but like start at zero and
yeah,
have to beat them over again on
yeah,
stream and archive it. I like that. So
yeah. But really cool.
yeah, especially games I've never beat like or haven't beaten forever, like Breath of Fire or Breath of Fire 2 or that seventh Saga game or stuff like that. You know,
Yeah.
and then also games I never played like Goof Troop. So,
Hmm. I'm
anyways,
trying to think if I've done anything. I think the only game I've beaten on stream is Banjo Kazooie, and that was like in 2 streams, right?
yeah, but you did like Celeste and stuff too.
Yeah,
Or
I
was it?
didn't
Or,
beat Celeste.
oh, maybe that was just end stuff. Yeah,
That was just end stuff. Yeah.
you
So
should
like,
beat Mario Maker, all the story,
I can't beat Mario Maker.
all the story stuff.
I've already played enough of the story to where
Oh,
I
I
can.
didn't know you even touched it. Gotcha.
Yeah, I touched the story
Yeah.
and when I was on vacation because I
Yeah.
didn't have the internet at that time.
Right. Cool.
I only had enough internet to just connect and unlock the game, and
I
that was
see.
it. But but yeah, Goof Troop's great. Another couple games I played a lot were Donkey Kong Country and Donkey Kong Country 2.
Oh yeah.
2 is the best one.
If you
It,
say so. No,
Fight Me.
I probably would agree. I just don't have as much. I've beaten two, but
The music is way better too.
is it way
Uh,
better or just better?
it's
Because I
way
mean,
better.
that first one, but it makes it sound like the first one's not good. Like the music, but the music's so good in that first
The
one.
music is good in the first one, but like this is on another level because we get the Bramble song.
Yeah, I gotta play through two then. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
been a
two
while.
is
I probably know
yeah,
all the tracks from other podcasts I listen to and stuff,
yeah.
but maybe not. First game,
Well,
I know front to back, like everything about it, but it's just I don't know.
but yeah, I remember playing two a lot as a kid, especially. So like we had a Super Nintendo, and then my grandparents had a Super Nintendo. Since I have a uncle who's like, um, it was like the younger brother who like there was a age difference,
Right.
between like my dad and his brothers. So like there was a younger one. So like they still had like a Super Nintendo there. So like they had a lot of the same games that we did.
Hmm.
So like whenever we went to go visit my grandparents, I would just go sit on like the floor or something in front of the TV and then just put in like Donkey Kong Country 2 and just play that.
That's cool.
So I'd be in a different place, but because it's someone else's file. But
Right.
whatever.
That's funny you mentioned that. You just popped an old memory into my head that shows how different my life was, I guess, with games and stuff than yours. But it's a very similar situation. Going to my aunts and uncle's place, who actually live in the same city as me now, and they live in the same place as they did then.
Hmm.
But I remember going to their house, and I would have been really little because it's a very faint memory that I haven't thought about in a long time. Sitting on their floor and then bringing out the Atari,
Yeah.
and I might have even had an NES at the time. I don't know how old I would have been, but 'cause I wasn't big into video games till I found the Nintendo.
Hmm.
But I remember playing a ton of Atari games. Like faintly can picture them like a baseball. I think it was probably just called baseball.
Hmm.
And just anything as long as there was a screen and a controller in my hands, I was happy.
Yeah.
And
Well, they
quiet.
had a Master System, and I eventually
Oh
got
wow,
that from them.
I've never seen one of those.
Yeah. So I have a Master System with like 20 games or so.
Is that the one with like the dial on the front or like the switch on the front or something? Honestly, I don't even know what the Master System looks
Yeah.
like.
There's like a dial for
Like a white switch that goes left and right.
there's a switch to turn on and off, and then there's like a headphone jack in the front, I believe.
Right. Oh, is it a volume thing? Like, there's something that slides left and
I
right.
think, yeah, I think it's a volume.
Okay, maybe I have seen one because I always remembered. I always
And
just
then there's
assumed
also a
that
place
was.
to put in like a memory card type
Oh,
thing. Like it's
what?
not a memory card, but like it's like a game card. Like
Be
some
funny.
game.
Be funny looking back, and it's like a just a regular SD card. It's like, what the fuck? How did that happen?
Yeah.
But anyways,
Yeah, no, these things are huge.
right.
But yeah, I just remember playing Donkey Kong Country and stuff. Just at my grandparents a lot, especially. The music was very good.
Yes.
The second one is hard but fair. I used to play as Dixie a lot when I was younger, but
Cool.
now I primarily play as Diddy.
Really? Because of his
Yeah.
extra jump thing when he.
Yeah, because there's
Yeah.
extra jump and he's faster, I feel.
Oh, okay. I like Dixie because they were a helicopter thing, but yeah.
Yeah.
But when you know the
Um,
game so well, you don't need it all the time. So
yeah, I mean, I occasionally play as Diddy first, and then also like you need Dixie half the time,
yeah.
so like it's better to just keep her on reserve.
Her throw is different too. It's very protective,
Yeah,
or even just holding a barrel over her head.
yeah,
Or
and then just like walking into an
yeah,
enemy.
yeah, jumping
So
up into
like
a boss. Yeah, like the spider
yeah,
guy.
yeah, like the boss
Yep,
in the
yep.
first level. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
I remember bits. Is that the one where you actually turn into the creatures, or is that the third one?
the second one you turn into creatures.
So you get the spider in the second one.
Yeah,
Okay, that spider's cool.
yeah, spider's great.
Little running shoes, and you can like make platforms and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
that stuck out to me as something I remember. Yeah.
yeah, because you get the spider, you get the snake,
I don't
you
remember
get
the snake.
you get Rambi again.
Parrot throws coconuts or something.
You get two parrots. You
Oh,
get one that just flops, and then you
oh,
get one that puts coconuts.
yeah. Okay. Spits coconuts.
Spits, yeah,
That's so weird.
yeah,
Video games. Yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
Let's see. I mean, Donkey Kong Country 3 I didn't own. Like that was like a renting game because
Yeah.
that was later in the life cycles of that, and as
Yeah.
well like I want to say I played Donkey Kong 64 before 3.
Oh, yeah. That's one I
Um,
I know nothing about that one. Yeah.
yeah,
I have a magazine over there. I can still see. I can imagine the cover. Electronic Gaming Monthly with a big banana on the front, and it's the first images of Donkey Kong Country 64. And it's a huge freaking magazine too.
I had a VHS tape that I got from like Kmart or something over here,
For a
and it was
64.
just it was about Donkey Kong 64 and Nintendo stuff in general, and they were talking about like the Rumble Pack. There
That's
might
funny.
um, you know what? I think this video is online. The one I'm thinking about
Okay.
is
Probably.
when they what is it? Maybe it's not Kmart. I don't know something. But there's a video where these two guys they just like wear shirts that say like one says Sega and one says Sony or something,
Okay.
and they kidnap a Mario toy and they're just like trying to extort him. They're just like, "Hey, you better give us your secrets and stuff." And then there's another guy there. He's like, "No, Mario, don't tell him about the Star Fox 64 Rumble Pack." And they're like, "The Rumble Pack," and then they just explain the Rumble Pack and all that.
That's funny. I wonder if I've seen that because you're kind of it rings a bell. Very very
Yeah.
faint. I got a friend's
But then
house.
there's
But
one also
man.
about like Donkey Kong 64, like behind the scenes and stuff.
Okay.
I think it was on the same VHS tape.
The one with the Rumble Pack on it, that's ringing a bell. I think I might have saw it
Yeah.
at a friend's house because he had N64 and that's where I played it mostly. Same kid that introduced me to Nintendo and stuff. So
Yeah.
I played Vegas Stakes with and all that. But yeah, he eventually got an N64. We also were huge Ren and Stimpy fans.
Mm,
Fan art galore, just like watching them all day and just like
yeah.
good old days.
Let's see what else
But
here.
yeah, Donkey Kong Country 3 I've also finished, but again, not since then. So
Yeah.
because my little
Uh,
cousin Brad, he had all of them and loved Donkey Kong Country, and but he was really little and had trouble getting through the stages, but he wanted to see them all.
Mm.
So I'd eventually just play through the whole game, so he'd have a file of where he can go anywhere he wants. So,
Yeah, I didn't complete it until fairly recently when it came out on Virtual Console
Right.
on
the third one.
yeah, the third one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the third one. I played it, but like I said, I rented it, but like I didn't complete it until
Right.
it came on like Wii U Virtual Consoles where I played it.
Yeah.
Or maybe Wii Virtual Console, probably Wii.
Yeah, man, I
Um,
wish they'd bring that stuff back.
Yeah, it'd be great.
God, I'd spend so much money on there, and they're all under $10 probably or around there.
Yeah.
Man.
Let's see. Let's go a little more faster. Because I have to get going soon.
Yeah, I gotta eat something too. So.
Yeah. Let's see. I played Kirby Superstar Time.
Oh
The
yeah,
game's great.
I rented that too a few times. That's
Um,
really great.
Very, very good game. Very replayable.
Yeah.
Mario Paint.
Oh
I
yeah,
own.
borrowed that from the Randy. Let's just start saying names because we'll be talking about
Yeah.
it for the rest of the shows. So, but Randy, yeah, the kid that introduced me to Nintendo, he had Mario Paint, so I borrow that, make all
Mhm.
kinds of crazy things. I was good at it. So
Yeah, I love doing the music stuff.
yeah, cool.
As well as just the fly swatting game.
Yes, absolutely. Can still hear the music in my head right now.
Yeah.
Awesome. And when you get hit, it's like rah! It screams at
Rah!
the yeah.
Yeah, it scared me as a kid.
Right.
Yeah, because I was like a young kid, and sometimes I didn't play that fly swatting game because it like scared me.
That's funny.
Let's see. I played the Power Rangers game, like the side
Cool.
scroller.
Yeah, I just went through my buddy who's a big Power Rangers fan. I put that on my SNES Classic like last summer or something like that. He played through a good few hours of it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
decent.
really fun.
Yeah,
Like,
it's decent for a Power Rangers game. It plays
y-
pretty good.
yeah, like it's not nothing special, but like
Yeah, yeah.
it's fun,
Oh,
and
and you
it was
also
something that we owned.
it has like a fighting game thing too, right? Where you're
Yeah.
yeah, and you have to wait, and the meter will charge, and then you use
Mhm.
a super move. Yeah, yeah, that was pretty cool, pretty epic.
Yeah. So I had that. I already talked about the Mario's. Super RBI Baseball.
Oh,
It was
what?
something that we bought
Oh,
uh,
video store.
from the video
Who was into baseball?
renting. Huh?
Who was into baseball?
Um, I guess my sister.
Okay.
I mean, it was really probably my sister's
Yeah, I was
game, but I
wondering
remember
if
playing it a lot.
I was wondering if you were gonna be like, well, I had a moment where I just love baseball games.
Oh no, I still love baseball games.
Okay.
Honestly,
Okay.
they're still very very fun.
Only baseball game that I have I'll be quick, but memory of is on NES. I used to borrow or rent or something. Baseball Stars.
Hmm.
That was a really good NES game where you make your own team and your own player and had stats and stuff. It was pretty amazing for an NES.
Yeah.
You know, for way back when.
Well, I mean, same thing with like the NHL '93, is it?
94 is the
94.
popular one. Yeah.
'94 maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't own it. But like my grandparents had it at that place, so we used to play that a ton. Because my older sister's very into, she was into sports a lot as a kid.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So that's where I got a lot of the sports games and all that, playing Madden and all that.
Kirby's Dream
Uh,
Course. No, just kidding.
Hey, that's a good
Is
golf
that a
game.
sports game? I don't know. More of a puzzle game, but yeah.
Yeah. That's
Oh,
one of
see
the games I rented from time to time.
Hmm.
Let's see, Turtles in Time.
Oh yeah,
it's
that's
an amazing
yeah.
game.
So happy I grew up playing that too. Thanks to Randy too. He had all the games, so man,
Yeah,
so good co-op.
I used to play it with my cousin a lot, so like we would always go through it like every, I don't know, get together or whatever it
Cool.
was, like whether it was like Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever, we would just play through Turtles in Time each time. So like we
That's
probably played it
awesome.
like 4 or 5 times a year.
Right? That's awesome.
But yeah, it was really fun. Uniracers.
That's another one I haven't touched. That Goof Troop I gotta play someday.
Yeah, Uniracers is very very fun.
I can picture it. I
has,
got
like,
magazines with it. You know, lots of pictures and stuff.
Yeah, it has like really weird graphics. Like it's mode 7. I don't know. Like they're 3D.
It's the Donkey Kong Country thing, yeah. The
Yeah,
3D
yeah,
models, and
that.
they take photos of them, and yeah, put them in the game.
Yeah, like it's definitely that. But it plays really fun.
Clay Fighters did the same kind of thing, but yeah.
Yeah,
Nice,
like sometimes it's a race. Sometimes it's like okay, just do tricks and see how many
Oh.
tricks you can do.
Okay. What a weird
but yeah,
concept for a game. Well,
but yeah, if
unicycles.
anyone doesn't know, Uniracers, you play as a sentient unicycle, and there are different colors, and they all have different names. So like Robbie, I think was like the red one. But yeah, I don't know. There's just a bunch of different names, and you would just race and play on.
It's side-scrolling, and it's completely side-scrolling,
Yeah, it's side scrolling.
which is
So
pretty
like
cool for a racing game.
you would keep going to the right, and then eventually you would hit a ramp, and it would tell you like go, like there'd be like an arrow that'd be pointing right, and then you go up a ramp, and then the arrow would be pointing left, and it's like okay, now you have to go left, since
Right.
like it went up and around, so like now
Right.
you're going just up and up and up,
Cool.
up a track essentially. But yeah, it's very very fun. People are speculating why it never got more of a release or but sequels was
Yeah.
because of that Pixar short film or whatever. There's like
Whoa.
a sentient unicycle.
Really?
Yeah, so I think if I remember correctly, I don't know if Pixar tried to sue or whatever, but basically they weren't
Wow.
allowed to make any more
Do you know who
games just
made
because
Uniracers?
Nintendo.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I thought it was some develop like Ocean or those developers aren't even around
No.
anymore. Wow.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was
Or
Nintendo.
Data East or something. That's crazy.
Yeah. Let's see. And the final game that I owned as a kid, I guess, was Yoshi's Island, which is
Oh,
very,
awesome.
very good still.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? That's also one that's kind of underrated. I think people kind of hate on it because of the Mario thing. It never bothered me.
Never bothered me either.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing. It's supposed to be like you're about to die, so it's not any more annoying than like games that people love, like Link to the Past when you're low on health or
Yeah.
something. And I think
Yeah.
that's even more annoying. But yeah, I don't know. I love that game. The only thing I don't like, I think, is the Yoshi transformation stuff. But
Yeah, I agree.
But it's not game breaking. It's just like, here's one of those parts you get through.
Annoying. It's
It only
slow.
lasts like 30 seconds anyway. It's just
I feel like they last too long.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if you're trying to go to get a specific thing and you keep failing.
Yeah, so you're trying to get like all the red coins, and
Yeah,
then you
yeah.
just fail on purpose, and you end up back at that block, and then you have
Right.
to hit the block again,
Yeah.
and then it does the and then you
Yeah.
transform again. You
Yep.
have to do it all over.
Was it the race car or the train or something that was the worst?
Oh, the train is the
Okay,
far the
I
worst.
haven't played it since like I was talking about Donkey Kong Country and stuff when I went through those. I haven't played that game really since then, and
Mhm.
I should because it's on my SNES Classic.
Try
But
to 100% it. I can't do it.
yeah, because that's what I did. It was got 100 on the little chalkboard for every level, and
Even the special levels, I can't do that
I don't know
first
if I
special
don't
level.
remember any special levels. Does it unlock special levels by
Yeah, if
getting?
you get
That's
get
probably all I did.
100
Yeah.
on all of them on each level on each world, then it unlocks like a special level like when you complete it. So like level 1 you beat it all 100, and then
Yeah.
like level 1 extra or something pops
Oh,
up.
maybe I did do it all then. Okay.
I can't beat that first level.
Yeah, the only reason I think that I didn't is because
The
I wasn't.
Lava Coochie side scrolling.
Oh, I remember those. Yeah. I don't remember them bad or nothing though, but um, I don't know. Maybe I was just good at that game or something, or put a lot of
Yeah.
time into it. But maybe I'm misremembering too. So who knows? But I know I definitely tried to get 100 on all of them, and I don't remember
Mhm.
failing at it. So I think I did it, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Means I'll have to do it
Let's
again, I
see
guess.
here. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm gonna go through a few things really quick, and
Sure.
then I guess we can wrap.
Yeah.
So Link to the Past, I never owned it as a kid. I rented it a lot. I own it now, obviously. First Zelda game, I want to say well, obviously I owned the first Zelda, so I played that a lot. And then the first Zelda game I actually owned was Majora's Mask.
Oh wow. Yeah, I
It's
know
my
nothing
favorite.
about that one besides you wearing masks or something and the moon.
Yeah, that
But yeah,
it's so good. Anyway, Mega Man
put it on the
7 was
Switch.
my
I
first
might
Mega Man game.
put it on the Switch. Majora's Mask. I might buy it.
Good.
Yeah.
But yeah, played Mega Man 7 a lot. I rented that first Mega Man game. Mega Man X as well. Played that a ton, which is both of those are good games. X more than 7, but
Yeah.
7's not bad. It does suffer from the giant sprite syndrome.
Right. Right. Super
Aladdin,
Nintendo. They love their giant sprites.
yeah, exactly. Aladdin,
Aladdin's
very
awesome.
very good.
Love Aladdin on there. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Fantastic.
we could have a whole episode just about the Sega Game Gear, and I could just talk about the Disney's Aladdin on the Game Gear.
You totally could
So good.
educate me because I've only touched it once. Game
Yeah.
Gear, and that was when I was a
Game
kid.
Gear's
So.
awesome.
Cool.
Kirby's Avalanche, we already talked about that. Earthworm Jim 1 and 2. I played 2 more than the first
Oh,
one.
okay.
To be honest, I played the first one at like cousin's house since they had a Genesis, so I played on
Oh.
there. I own Earthworm Jim, the first one now on Genesis. I feel like the music and stuff fits the Genesis's like
Oh.
sound card more.
Okay.
Kirby's Dream Course, yeah. Donkey Kong Country 3, yep. So that's pretty much all
Cool.
I really played or own. There are probably other things I'm forgetting about, but I didn't really get into collecting or playing like other RPGs later on until I was like a teenager. So
Right.
like now I own Secret Mana, Secret Evermore.
Oh, that's one I'd love to finish. Never finished Evermore ever, and I played it tons, even back when.
Yeah,
So.
um,
Wow. Okay.
Let's see.
Hey, Vex
Illusion of Gaia.
Vex in the chat loves Earthworm Jim. Hey, Vex.
Oh, Earthworm Jim.
Yep.
Nice. Hello, Vex. Yeah, Secret or Illusion of Gaia.
Yeah, never
Final
played
Fantasy
that.
3. I don't know. Random games I own now, I
Yeah.
guess. But
Earthbound.
Super Nintendo by far is still my favorite console.
Yeah, me too.
Just because those graphics don't really age.
Yeah,
I
true.
mean, they age
No,
well.
yep, I got you. Yeah.
Whereas
Actually, yeah, go ahead.
N64 and PlayStation
Yeah.
just still look bad.
And
for the
even
most
NES, I think, didn't age the greatest for most of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
Super
glitches, a
Nintendo
lot of man.
good place where it just
Yep.
feels good. The only games I can think of that age well on the N64 are like Banjo Kazooie, and maybe that's it.
Oh yeah, Mario 64 I think still looks good. So
I don't think so.
no,
That game's ugly.
yeah, I don't know. Not that I've seen it in forever.
Plays
Mind you.
bad too.
Yeah, maybe, but I just I don't know. Whenever I see screenshots, I'm like, this still looks gorgeous, like, bright and colorful. Mario looks like Mario, like it's still
Yeah.
cool. I don't know.
Mario 64 just plays bad now in general
Oh, okay.
because if you try to play it on anything else other than an N64 controller,
Oh yeah,
then you just run too fast because it relies on that heavy analog stick on the N64. Like
yeah,
that's so much dead space on there.
Right.
But anyway,
Yep.
that was our Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
fun time.
Let me throw out the email real quick because I know we're wrapping up like big time.
Oh.
But yeah. If anybody wants to write in about their favorite Super Nintendo games, look at you, Vex. Anyways, just write in at zcpodcast1@gmail.com.
Zed.
Yeah, ZC, but you know it doesn't sound right to me, but it is zcpodcast1, the number one, at gmail.com.
Mm-hmm.
Just give us some emails to read next week. So
Yeah, it'd be fun.
yeah, we'll probably be recording on a Wednesday, probably.
I would hope so.
Yeah, and hopefully this episode was good because the quality is probably way better than
I think so.
as far as the audio quality with the new setup and everything. And
Yeah.
I'll listen back to it later on. So.
If you hate our audio quality and you have better suggestions, write into that email as well, Vex.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, you can follow me at Zemus101 on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, all that stuff. What about you?
Same. You can follow me at Zemus101
No, that's not.
on Twitch because I'm here right now.
Yeah. But Cheetaro2 on Twitch.
Chitaro2 on Twitch.
Yes.
You can see me play Mario Maker horribly.
No, you're good at Mario Maker.
I'm okay at Mario Maker.
You're good at playing everybody's levels on Mario Maker.
Yeah,
You got a good system going.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on Twitter as well. Same
Yes.
thing. Everything. If you find Chitaro2, it's probably me.
There you go. That's same as Zemus101 for me. If you just Google me, I'm sure I'm everywhere. So I've
Cool,
been
cool.
Zemus for several decades, probably since like '95 or something. So
Oh wow.
yeah.
I've been Cheetar normal since like 2006.
Cool.
Wait. No, probably since 2005 or 2006. And then Chitaro2 showed up in like 2008.
Oh, there you go. That's
So-
still a long time. So over a decade.
Yeah.
Cool.
So.
Anyways, yeah, thanks for doing this, Cheetar, and for anybody watching. Hope you have a good rest of the week.
Yeah.
All right.
You too.
Take care.
Goodbye.